It's time for Rabbi Minkowicz's Weekly Torah Lesson, a place where life's most difficult questions are answered. Here with his spiritual perspective and insight, Rabbi Minkowicz.
Welcome to this week's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion is Parsha's Vayishlach. The question of the week is, how can you merit to have the blessings of a good family, great health, and financial success in abundance? So in this week's Torah portion, Parsha's Vayishlach, we learn about Yaakov leaving his father-in-law's house, Lavan, together with his 4 wives and children, and heading back home to his parents, Yitzchok and Rebbe. Now he does know that he has an issue with his brother, because when he left, his brother wanted to kill him, and that issue was never settled. So Yaakov sends messengers to scout out to see what is happening with his brother. Is he still angry? Does he still want to kill him? Or did time heal the wounds? As Yaakov sends the messengers with a gift to appease him by giving him a gift, he also stops for a moment and he prays to God. And he says to God, famous prayer, and he says, Katointi mikol chasadim, I have been diminished with all the kindness that you have given to me, because when I left home, I left myself with a staff, and now I'm coming back with this huge camp, 4 wives, children, livestock, wealth, and perhaps maybe all the blessings that I've earned over the years, I have nothing left, and therefore I might be in trouble if Esav's coming to kill me. Fast forward, Yaakov does meet up with Esav, and guess what happens? First he gives him all the gifts, and after the gifts, he gives a look. Esav is coming against him with 400 people. Yaakov divides the camp, confronts Esau, and miracle of all miracles. Esau hugs him, kisses him, as if, wow, there was never any issues between them. So the question is, what happened here? What was the cause and the change of effect? That all of a sudden, Esau opens up to him, hugs him, and kisses him as 2 good brothers. So the Rebbe explains and he says that if you look, what Yaakov did was, true, he sent him presents, but Esau had plenty of presents, and he wanted something more than that. He wanted his birthright back. But what was it that melted his heart? So the Rebbe says, if you give a look in the prayer that Yaakov prayed to God, what did he say? Katointi mikol chasadim. In other words, what was he telling God? What he was telling God was, not that I become diminished, at the simple translation is, but what he was telling God was, here is something different and unique about the Jewish people, in that in the world, when a person amasses more wives, financial success, as he becomes successful, what automatically happens is the person becomes arrogant. For the Jew, Yaakov says to God, Katointi mikol chasadim, with all the blessings that you've given me, wives, children, financial success, I have become katointi, I've become smaller and humbler. So in other words, even though I have all these blessings, but guess what? I am as humble as when I left my father's house with the staff. So therefore, since I'm humble, I'm turning to you, God, and God, please help me and save me. And sure enough, when one turns to God with humility, and despite all your success and all the affluence, you're still able to have the humility to turn to God with humility. God, in turn, blesses you with all the blessings. And sure enough, when he finally confronted Esau, who was going to kill him, he came ready with a whole army. He saw him, he hugged him, and he kissed him, which logically does not make sense. But when a person walks humbly in front of God, God responds with tremendous blessings, and everything is possible. So to answer the question, how can we merit to have all the beautiful blessings in our lives? It's by walking humbly with God, and with all the blessings that we have, still remaining humble, and we'll all merit to all the wonderful blessings of life. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to the memory of Baruch ben Ari Leib. May the Torah that we're studying in his memory cause an elevation for his soul. Please join us for the grand Chanukah menorah lighting this year, Tuesday, December 16th, 5:30 p.m. on the cruise taking place in downtown Fort Myers at 5:30 p.m. We will have a beautiful, exciting Hanukkah celebration with lighting of the Grand Menorah, great music, great food, and great entertainment. Please join us. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. Please join us for live classes here at Chabad. Wednesday, we have the JLI course from 12:30 to 2. Thursday morning, there's a Parsha class by Chana from 11 to 12. And Thursday evening, we have the JLI from 7 to 8:30. And Shabbat morning, we have Kabbalah class at 9 o'clock, followed by services and a Farbrengen. Shavua Tov, have a great week.